Class 11, I want to wish you the best of luck. Go out there and change the world.
Hey, IndieBio Class 11. SynBio Beta is so excited for you. Huge congratulations and good luck on Demo Day.
All the best to the new class. You guys are going to do great.
This is Jeremy Kranz wishing everyone in IndieBio Class 11 good luck on Demo Day.
And I just wanted to wish you luck on your Demo Day. You're going to kill it.
Best of luck with Demo Day. Very excited to hear what you guys have been up to in the past months. Wishing you the best moving forward.
Hi, IndieBio. We are very proud of you and very excited about your Demo Day. Good luck for all of you.
Best of luck, the best of success. Have ambitious goals, have ambitious visions. And for all of you funders out there, help them make those ambitious visions come true.
Best of luck to you on your journey. Remember, you're the author of your story. Write it well.
Hey, Batch 11. Congratulations to making it to the end and good luck at Demo Day.
Good luck. You have been working a lot these last few months, and now is the time to show the world how science is going to solve our health and planetary concerns. Good luck and enjoy Demo Day.
Congrats on making it through the whole program. You've gone through the hard part. Now sell the dream, enjoy the journey, and best of luck on your future adventures.
IndieBio Class 11, congratulations.
You all should be very proud. We wish you a very successful Demo Day. Enjoy the day and go get it.
Go IndieBio, go IndieBio startups.
I want to wish you all good luck in your endeavors. Hope you raise and keep up the hustle.
Remember, you were selected by IndieBio, and that means you can rock the world. Start your music.
All right, IndieBio, much love from out in Iceland. Can't wait to see the show. I know you guys all been working super hard and here to share your incredible advancements. Looking forward to it.
Hi, this is Sean O'Sullivan from SOSV. You know, there are several amazing companies that you're going to be seeing in this batch. In fact, they're all amazing. But when we look back several years from now and we say, you know, which one or which batch of IndieBio companies had the biggest impact on the planet, I think you'll see there's several companies graduating the program today that are likely candidates to create that kind of change in the world. So buckle up. As these startups hit the runway, I want to also give a shout out to the founders. The best years of your lives are ahead of you. You're in the middle of the battle of the century. And thank you for your hard work and dedication that's brought you here. Good luck today.
Welcome to IndieBio, the birthplace for so many iconic companies in human and planetary health.
Batch 11 has been record-setting. All of our companies have hit their milestones, and so they're all ready to raise. 3 rounds are already done. Several others have verbals with term sheets being drafted right now, and all of the companies have some of their rounds soft-circled.
For all y'all investors out there, look below. There's links for calendar links. Click it, make some appointments, talk to the companies. You'll be able to see pitch decks and sizzle reels as well.
So your time is valuable. This is going to be a fast show.
I've known the CEO of this next company since our time together at DARPA. Like IndieBio, DARPA is a place where everything is so interesting that it's very difficult to be surprised. This is one of those ideas that actually surprised me.
Neri is an NYC company that has emerged from the lab of my co-founder, Dr. Dima Rinberg, one of the world's foremost experts in how the mind interprets sense. This is our working laboratory system. What we're doing here, but we're forbidden to show you in pictures, is introducing a mouse to a panel of odors, some in infinitesimal quantities. The mouse has never smelled these before and isn't trained to recognize them. Using our system, we read from the animal's mind. Well, not its mind exactly, from its olfactory system. In seconds, we can detect the full panel of odors in air. We can detect unimaginable things. COVID, sure, even better than the current DNA tests. We can detect early stage cancers in patients from blood plasma samples. But the biggest applications are out in the field, at ports and borders, detecting new explosives, invasive species inside of cargo containers. In agriculture, detecting African swine flu or citrus greening disease before there's any visible signs. In pest control, being able to detect pests hidden inside of floorboards. We're going out into the field. We have miniaturized our lab system and will manufacture a device 1/4 the size of a postage stamp. This chip is being installed in the nose of rodents right now. It's minimally invasive and will go into the nose of security canines currently deployed. In seconds, the signal goes from the nose to the collar, from the collar to the cloud, where billions of scents are recognized. This is real, and it's now. Just like machine vision can now identify everything from images. Scent can be used to identify everything. It reads the invisible, it sees through walls, and it does it with the fidelity of a high-powered microscope. I welcome you to see our data. It's astonishing. When I was at DARPA, we directed tens of millions of dollars into the sector, but that work doesn't come close to what we've built here at Canary.
Did you know in LA, there are more salons that do hair extensions than there are yoga studios? This next company is taking the plant-powered revolution to the hair extension industry and proves that clean beauty doesn't have to stop at your face.
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Women wear hair extensions. In fact, hair extensions have become a status symbol for women everywhere. It's why we're spending on average $2,000 a year on hair extensions. But there's a problem with the industry, and that is the fibers that comprise these hair extensions. From skin toxicity to plastic pollution and even human exploitation and disputable sourcing.
And we're here to change this.
Aja Labs is making superhuman hair engineered from plants. We are creating hair extensions that add value to the consumer beyond aesthetic.
By using advanced fiber processing technology and green chemistry, we're bringing forth a safer product solution that also helps nourish and rejuvenate the hair and scalp.
These are truly circular bio-based polymers. We're upcycling crop waste to engineer human and truly safe biopolymers at the molecular level that mimic the intricacies of human hair. We're taking an incredibly scalable approach to creating plant-based hair extensions. In the span of 4 months, we've gone from idea to wearable prototype.
I just don't believe that we should be compromising our health in order to achieve our beauty goals at all. And I think Aja Labs really fits in the niche because we are leveraging science, we are leveraging polymers and all these amazing technology platforms in order to create something really novel and unique.
Not just for me, not just for my daughter, but for the millions of women out there that are looking for alternative products to the current hair extensions that are on the market now.
Next up, we have 3 companies working to make our global food system more sustainable.
By protecting our rainforests, by protecting our oceans, and protecting our crops from climate and pathogen stress.
Humankind's relationship with chocolate has been thousands of years in the making. We've always found chocolate decadent. It has over 300 compounds, so it's healing, soothing, intoxicating. Over 70% of the world's cocoa comes from West Africa, the rest from Latin America and Asia. But our love of chocolate has incentivized deforestation, And when I talk to the largest chocolate companies in the world, many express a fear they won't be able to meet rising global demand. At California Culture, we make chocolate from cocoa cells grown in bioreactors. We'll have one cell line high in rich cocoa flavanols and a second line high in cocoa butter. My co-founder has scaled plant cells in bioreactors to 20,000 liters previously in multiple plant species. For California Cultured chocolate, it'll take us approximately 2 to 3 years to get there. The magic, just like everything else cell-based, is in the media. Because we're making food, we can't use synthetic chemical growth stimulants like 2,4-D or IAA. We discovered a combination of natural plant hormones, and not only do they work 2 times better than synthetic stimulants. So our go-to-market, our early revenue, will be in rare, intense flavanols, which the cells naturally make, which we'll purify into an extract for $200 a gram. We have a corporate partner on this from Japan, which has a refined passion for the exotic and rare compounds in cocoa varietals. In chocolate, the premium and super premium categories have exploded. Chocolate reflects its terroir, absorbing compounds from its soil. We're engineering this terroir right here in our lab in Davis, California. And we're going to take chocolate to a new level of sustainability, a new level of ethics, and a new level of flavor. This right here is our very first bar. And I want to dedicate it to our kids, our team, and to our planet.
The oceans are something to be cherished and respected, not exploited and polluted. Aquaculture is a very sustainable way of producing a high quality food when done right. And the idea of vertical oceans started back in 2016 when I was the CEO of an aquaculture nutrition and genetics company. And at that time I visited a lot of shrimp farms, and I saw a similar pattern where they were dumping raw effluent into the ocean and even bringing some of that water back into their farms. So I started thinking about how technology could solve this problem. And using first principles thinking, we deconstructed shrimp aquaculture into its component parts and started looking for better technologies. And we went far outside the aquaculture industry, borrowing technology from aerospace, nanotech, and other industries. And while we started with the objective of improving shrimp aquaculture, we actually ended up inventing a completely new model.
It's a modular grow-out unit of the size of a school bus, which is self-cleaning and self-sustaining. Once the iHub is set up, there's no need to exchange any water from it, and there's no need to add any chemicals.
And because of that, we're able to stack it in a vertical tower. And it may seem counterintuitive to produce it in a vertical tower that way, but there's actually a lot of efficiencies that we get by going vertical. We save significant amount of energy and manpower in that system, and so the benefits and the premium that we get from that product far outweigh the cost of our system.
Each iHub is equipped with a large array of sensors that measure and stream real-time pretty much everything about our ecosystem. And all of this data is feeding into a set of algorithms that we then use to optimize a number of key parameters and control back the system.
And in fact, our system is 12 times more profitable than vertical farming of greens on a similar land footprint. We've had 6 commercial harvests just from our small proof of concept facility you can see behind me here. And the feedback from customers is overwhelmingly positive. At Vertical Oceans, we produce the world's best tasting, most sustainable shrimp.
If you plant a rice field in the winter, it'll grow early and outcompete spring weeds. But on February 16th of this year, it was snowing in San Antonio. The southern states lost billions in crops.
For a decade, scientists have been hunting for the genes for cold tolerance. Until we came along, they'd only found 3. This March, Avalo turned on its AI. We discovered 32.
This is Avalo's polar rice, growing in refrigerated conditions. Only a handful of crops, mostly corn and soy, are benefiting from intensive genomics. That's because the price of discovery is too steep, $20 million and 2 years for every trait.
By cutting that to $20,000 over 4 months, Avalo can develop and adapt any crop, anywhere, for the stresses and needs of the 21st century.
And we're working on that future right now.
Developing wheat that's resistant to catastrophic fungal outbreaks. Growing rubber from dandelions so we don't have to deforest Southeast Asia. For corporate partners, we're engineering microbes that reduced greenhouse gas emissions from cattle. And we're creating high-performance yeasts for the new fermentation bioeconomy.
Avalo is different because our algorithm is different. We call it GDIP, Gene Discovery via Informationless Perturbation. It's an application of our advisor's work, Cynthia Rudin, in interpretable machine learning.
There's so much we can do. Optimizing the lettuce leaf angle for vertical farms.
Wharf coffee that matures years earlier.
I got one. Changing gluten so that people aren't reactive to it.
That's good. For plant-based meats, a legume low in bitter terpenoids.
Let's do reef corals that are heat and acid tolerant.
How do we get farmers everywhere to plant winter cover crops?
By making them insanely profitable. Daikon regenerates topsoil, but its seeds also produce a special oil that's beloved by the cosmetics industry.
The next 2 companies are all about your health. One will keep you healthier, the other could save your life.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Rhodes, the CEO of Innate Biology, but on TikTok, my over 150,000 followers know me as That Nutrition Doctor. Humans have always had a desire to enhance and optimize their health and well-being. We're constantly searching for the newest superfood or magical plant extract. But what if the problem was that we were always looking for answers from outside the body rather than from within? What if there was a roadmap to better health lying dormant within your own body right now, just waiting to be unlocked? Well, spoilers, there is, and that roadmap is fasting. Over 100,000 studies have shown that fasting has a wide range of health benefits and triggers our innate mechanisms for cellular repair and regeneration. So it's no surprise that over 30 million Americans are now practicing some form of intermittent fasting. But let's face it, fasting isn't easy, and it's definitely not for everyone. It can have negative physical side effects, it can be unsafe for certain people, and honestly, it can force you to miss out a lot of experiences that make life worth living. That's where Innate Biology comes in. At Innate, we're using human fasting as a discovery platform to decode and recreate the body's innate bioprograms for cellular health and regeneration, and pioneering the world's first fasting mimetic supplement so you can have the benefits of fasting without the fasting. Let me break it down for you. Through years of clinical fasting research at UC Davis, we've identified a combination of natural human molecules that are uniquely elevated by the body during fasting. And what's amazing is that when we supplement people with these fasting metabolites, we can replicate the beneficial effects of fasting even when they eat. No sacrifices, no social isolation, no being that guy at the party. We're moving to production this fall to launch to consumers in early 2022, and guiding us to market is the hot branding firm Hatch SF. So stop searching for some magical elixir or exotic compound. The secret to better health was inside us all along. It's innate.
Cancer, as you well know, is the leading cause of death worldwide. And the true challenge is that each patient is unique, which means that each patient is unique in the response to therapy. This presents a huge challenge to clinicians who don't really have a predictive tool to understand how a patient might respond to all available therapies before actually prescribing them. So they're left with the trial and error dosing approach using standard of care treatments where they only know if a patient has responded 1, 2, or maybe 6 months into treatment. We're developing a platform to actually work with patient-derived cells, which we take from peripheral blood and bone marrow, and we actually co-culture these cells with 2 proprietary cell lines. We have one line which is called the tox control, and the tox control actually supports the growth of these cells outside of the body and replicates what's going on inside the patient's system. And the tox control also gives us very important information around whether a drug might have a toxic effect on the healthy cells, not just on the cancer cells that we actually want them to kill. We dose this co-culture with drugs and drug combinations in order to analyze the response within 7 to 10 days, which is very important because we know that clinicians need to make a decision usually within 2 weeks. Just last week, we received some promising new data. We tested 54 drugs on 6 different patient samples. 3 patients, unfortunately, did not respond to the therapy they were prescribed, and we were able to predict each of these cases. But in all of our patient samples, we found at least 1 drug that would have potentially worked. In some cases, we even found that the best drug would have been off-label, which has huge implications for the pharma industry. We're a team of 15, combining backgrounds in genetics, in immunology, in cell biology, and even physics. Our scientists have dedicated their lives to research to cancer, and our CSO, Gaston, has developed screening technologies in the past, much like ours, which have had great success with pharma companies such as GSK and Novartis. We'll be building out our team in New York, where we'll be right next door to some of the leading cancer centers worldwide, as well as some of the pharma companies we're in active conversations with about potential collaborations. At OncoPrecision, we're developing the world's leading drug screen for oncology. We're getting new data every week, so please reach out if you'd like to see the latest.
If you saw the batch announcement back in March, there was a 13th company, but it was in stealth, Prolific Machines. Meet the CEO, Dennis Ken.
Hello.
So Prolific did raise $4.1 million, and in record time, only 8 days.
Yeah, we've been busy. Went straight back into the lab.
So Dennis, when can the world expect to find out what Prolific Machines is up to?
In the next 6 months. We'll be presenting at the next demo day.
Awesome. Well, everyone, I'm really excited for the next demo day when Prolific Machines can show their stuff.
Cool. Thanks.
These next 3 companies share one thing in common. They're reinventing the costs and risks associated with scaling up biomanufacturing. 2 are replacing toxic petroleum chemistry, and the 3rd is a novel solution to pharmaceutical manufacturing.
In the spring of 2020, a new ozone hole appeared, not over Antarctica, but in the Arctic. It was 3 times the size of Greenland. The culprit wasn't chlorofluorocarbons, highly regulated by the Montreal Protocol. It was something different. Nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is 300 times worse for the atmosphere than CO2, and it's being emitted into atmosphere by the thousands of tons at the refineries like this and this. These facilities make a pervasive and durable compound used to strengthen plastics everywhere. There is a $5 billion market for it. It's in all pipes and parts It's in the food packaging. It powers the $28 billion nylon industry for apparel and shoes and tires in our cars. That compound is adipic acid. At Ozone Bio, together with my co-founder Anna, we make the world's first and the world's only emission-free adipic acid. For over a decade, chemists and enzymologists have been trying to engineer an industrial process for emission-free adipic acid. Where they failed, we succeeded. This took 3 advancements in synthetic biology. We don't use petroleum, not just because it's, oil, but because it's expensive. Industrial waste feedstocks are much cheaper. To stabilize our novel enzymes, we leave them inside the cells, where they're naturally stable. We don't keep the cells alive, nor do we let them die. We put the cells into an intermediate state. We call them zombie cells. Then, we don't use expensive platinum palladium catalysts. We use a catalyst that's 6,000 times cheaper, and there is no need to build a hydrogenation facility. We get 98% conversion efficiency. Out comes this beautiful white powder, adipic acid, without emission and with a robust margin. Since we started IndieBio, we talked to many multinational chemical companies, as well as some of the biggest sports apparel companies in the world. Everyone has interest. Zombie cells underpin a new way of doing industrial processes. Not cell-free, not gas loop, no platinum catalyst, no hydrogenation. Low cost, high performance, green and clean. We're Ozone Bio.
The United States got COVID vaccines in record time, but much of the rest of the world did not. But this is not just about COVID. The same is true for so many of the amazing drugs that have improved healthcare. Take polio vaccines. There is shortage around the world. Even biosimilars of blockbuster biologics aren't available because the traditional way of making them is too expensive. Meanwhile, there is shortage of biomanufacturing capacity even in the US. There is long wait lists for production runs. There is 2 approaches to solve this. One is to just build more of the same, using the same steel tank bioreactors we have used for 100 years. At Protinia, we're taking a different approach. At Protinia, we're building the next generation full-stack biomanufacturing platform, from protein engineering to production in just 1 month. We are using one of the most underrated creatures on the planet.
We are using what we call the second generation of insect farming, and these are insects that are produced in tons per day in an industrial setup in a vertical farming way.
To give you a perspective, from 100 meter square area, we can produce 1 ton of live larvae per day. That's equivalent to 5,000 liter bioreactor. In just 2 weeks, we can produce millions of doses of vaccine. Our larva can grow 1,000,000% from a very small egg to mature larva in that period of time. We validated each and every step of the pipeline, from producing better versions of a protein like antibody or vaccine through our deep learning model, until getting that protein out of the larva through purification. In the last couple of months, we signed 4 partnerships. One is aquaculture vaccine for salmon, another one vaccine for livestock. Also signed a contract to produce a VLP polio vaccine, and also signed an MOU with a pharma company to produce a de novo antibody. Through our approach of integrating biology, engineering, and deep learning, we are building a revolutionary platform. Now we are 22 team members between US and Egypt, with backgrounds ranging from aerospace engineering to AI, bioinformatics, and biology.
At Protinia, we think that CapEx are outdated. Even bioreactors are outdated. We believe that this is going to leapfrog the world.
99% of all bacteria naturally exist in the biofilm state, and that's because they like it. But for the Navy, they're a huge and costly problem, and for years they've been researching how to remove these from ships. Biofilms are stronger and more robust to the environment because the bacteria can pack together tightly and work together as a team. The lab that I worked in at the Naval Research Lab is working on how to take some of these amazing properties of biofilms and apply them to other problems. Together with my co-founder Andrew, we're applying these advances to engineer a new kind of bioreactor from the ground up.
We've designed every little detail, from the unique biofilm-forming organism to how it interfaces with each element in our reactor. Despite their robustness, biofilms aren't used in fermentation today because they can clog bioreactors and make product extracting really difficult. With our proprietary reactor and unique organism, we solved both these problems. And to prove this, we're going after the lubricant market. Independent testing has shown, time and time again, that biology can make some of the highest performing lubricants available. It's the same quality that our fighter jets and Formula One race cars demand, but today are too expensive for other applications.
We're changing that. The way most synthetic biology companies out there make their chemicals today is with fermentation, which is basically the same way that beer is brewed, where you have a bunch of cells floating around in a giant vat of water. With our technology, we can use up to 100 times less water.
So from every one of these reactors, we project that we'll produce about a ton of product a year. In the cosmetic space, this could be as much as $600,000. For high-value lubricants, it could be more than $1 million per reactor per year.
Our first proof of concept is retinol, not made from petroleum, but made with biology. Our goal is to sell $1 million of retinol by the end of next year, and then move on to producing those high-performance lubricants with our bioreactors.
In the future, even motor oil won't be made from oil.
At IndieBio, we and our alums are always working to make plant-based meats indistinguishable from animal products. Here's two new companies pushing the frontiers of this sector.
At Cornell, as a material chemist and biomolecular engineer, I focus on biomimicry, nanoprinting porous structures to resemble the mechanical properties of nature. As the plant-based meat movement took off, my co-founder and I felt advanced biomimicry could help.
Plant-based is only 2.5% of animal meat, and winning the other 97.5% require innovations.
The number one problem is that vegan oils don't perform like animal fats. So the oils are hidden in the dough. They are made invisible, and the product lacks the mouthfeel, the lip-smacking texture, the juiciness. At Lipid, my co-founder Dr. Michelle Lee invented a solution: phytofat. It's not expensive. Vegan oils and water makes up more than 99% of it. It's highly stable. It will hold its texture for over 6 months. We have perfected it with many vegan oils. Zero hydrogenation, zero texturizers. We engineer phytofat with physics and fluid dynamics. It's useful to single phytofats as spheres of precisely designed sizes. By controlling how the spheres slide past each other or pack into each other's spaces, we control phytofat's rheological properties. It's not just that you can see it, it's that you can feel it.
We tune phytofat to have the texture desired.
Whether it's the luscious silkiness of intramuscular fats or the toothy bite of connective tissue. We can even make it melt at higher temperatures, just like animal fats. Compare that to these vegan bacons. As you cook them, the oil just leaks out rapidly.
And the volatile flavors cook off too, and too soon.
With phytofat, we control when flavors are released. As the end of our IndieBio batch approached, we incorporated phytofat into our first sample product. pair it with a new type of protein extrusion system, which we are the first in the world to use. It provides the familiar grain of soft muscle fibers, while phytofat, how I should say this, phytofat makes the mouth happy.
We're here at the plant-based section at Co-op Christier looking for our product, and it is the only plant-based product that is sold out. Over Super Bowl weekend alone, Americans purchased and eat 1.4 billion chicken wings.
We're making these plant-based whole cuts of chicken. And when I say whole cuts, I mean these plant-based chicken wings. They complete with skin, meat, and bone. This chicken wing only made from 7 ingredients, and one of the ingredients is water.
We're able to do this because of our proprietary process. Rather than using high moisture extrusion, where you would need 22 ingredients and 22 processing steps to create something this complex, we take a more one and done approach, relying on the intrinsic properties of our plant ingredients, such as their starches and fibers and fats, not just their protein isolates, in order to create a fibrous mouthfeel and a structured whole cut. So what our process does is allow us to actually create not only the fibrous texture and mouthfeel that you have in every individual bite of meat, but also to recreate complex structures such as whole cuts of muscle with different muscle bundles and layers in that three-dimensional shape at the end. Then on top of this, we add a plant-based skin. The skin acts as a physical barrier to prevent moisture loss during cooking of the product, but it also adds another layer of texture and mouthfeel that really enhances the product.
We have IP on our unique process of making our chicken wings. We've increased the degree of automation of our production from 30% to 70% in only 3 months.
Pretty soon we're going to be packing up our bags and moving over to New Jersey, where we'll be doing our first commercial production out of Rutgers University. Rutgers is historic for many reasons, but the one that excites us the most in recent history is that the Impossible Company actually did the first commercialization and sales of its burger out of the Rutgers Food Innovation Center in the same building where we will be located. We shouldn't have to compromise for animal-free foods. You'll see us in California bars and restaurants in 2022.
Congratulations, Batch 11. Congratulations for graduating. It's been terrific to work with you. You're incredible companies. And to investors, again, please meet with them in person. They have great pitches. Love to see them do it with you in person. Here in San Francisco, 10 of the companies are here right now, and they're all available for appointments.
If you were inspired by today and want to start a company where our applications are open for the fall, our package now is $525,000.
And this year was the first year we were able to offer such a large package. And that was largely enabled by the Genesis Consortium. So we want to thank, in particular, our partners in the Genesis Consortium for their support and their continued support.
Lastly, 3 days ago, we had 50 investors here in this space for our expo, where they were trying the world's first cell-cultured hot chocolate and the world's first fasting mimetic, among many other things. And we're sorry we couldn't have you here, but just know that our space is always open to visitors if you want to come. And with that, we'll leave you with a highlight reel from Expo Day, and we hope to see you here soon. Bye.
My hands are all over it everywhere.